Good morning, America. This is your friend, Dr. Turi, and today, again, we have something quite interesting to talk about. The associated newsletter to this video is called Contact in the Desert, Censorship, Ridiculousness. Quite a lot of things to talk about today. First of all, I'm sure many of you missed me. I was in that wonderful conference. My God, did I had fun. I did. It was phenomenal. First of all, remember I'll be on the radio tomorrow night on UPRN from 9 to 11 p.m. Okay, so tune in because I'm going to be talking about UFO. I'm going to be talking about Draco, the Reptilians, the Draconis, and all sorts of interesting things involving metaphysics, making some predictions like usual, interesting. Be there, you're going to have fun. All right, first thing I have to mention to you is that Mercury is in its retrograde motions. Now, Mercury is a tiny planet to evolve around the sun real fast. 3 times a year, it goes backwards, or it appears to go backwards. It's optical illusion. And Mercury rules any form of communications and transformation and transportation. It is the god that has wings on his wheel. It regulates anything to do with the post office, moving part, technology, your telephone, your cars, your wheels, words. So when he goes retrograde, all you can expect is a lot of problem because you're trying to go from A to Z and you're going to have everything on the way. And I'm going to give you some sample to make you aware of how Mercury does work. So the idea here is when you know that in your cosmic conscious, of course, you apply a lot of patience because you will need it. On my way there, my bands behave a little bit weird. I said, what's wrong? Reliable car, trying to put the cruise control, and he wouldn't go. I said, okay. My wife was smiling and said, ha, Mercury retrograde. I say, oh, no. So we're going to have an interesting time with Mercury retrograde. So we arrived there, at our hotel. Everything was just fine. Everything was just perfect. And when we set up everything, and then, of course, some of the people who are in charge of making sure that we are in our spot come along and start to, can we do this, can we do that, you can have that there, this and that. So, okay, I knew it was Mercury retrograde. We have to reevaluate our booth. But anyway, the lady was phenomenal. Okay, she helped us. I don't know, I got lucky, I guess. A lot of people were really upset because they didn't like to move or to, follow the rules. That's what you get on those big resorts. It's pretty square, especially in California. So anyway, we got set up and I got busy. Of course, you can also look at the pictures that I took of our little setup here with Draco right on the top. And anybody that came say, hey, look, let me introduce you to Draco. You see it here. You see that orb. You see how close he gets. Look. I had 6 pictures. And then, look, he's now going really, really close. He's getting right into my third eye. And then you see that orb going right into my third eye. And he comes right out of my heart. And that's how I work with Draco. May I have your permission to read you? Of course, they say yes. And the next thing you know, shock. I mean, shock. They were shocked the way I was reading them. It was just like fun, like always. So that they kept me really, really busy to the point where instead of socializing, we were so exhausted. And I went to bed like at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, be ready for the next day. It is a huge, huge place. Unless you get up early, you're not going to have any parking. So this morning I arrived at 9 o'clock because I had to wait for my wife to get ready. Women take forever. That one takes forever. Anyway, so couldn't find a parking place. So I parked in an area where I saw all the cars. I said, well, I should be okay there because you're not in the middle of nowhere. And then Went back in and I did my first reading, and then Draco told me, go right now, go and check your car. So I ran out there, and then there was this a tow truck. It was pulling the last car before mine. The guy says, oh, good timing. I say, yeah, good timing, all right. Imagine that. I don't think I'd be very happy to look for my car and pay a fortune to get out of the pound. So a lot of people probably had to suffer this bad experience, and that is, again, Mercury retrograde. So just be aware. Um, and then it was time for me to, to in the evening to go to the dinner with Taranya. We had the VIP table set up, and then George was there, Tom was there, big hug, hey, how are you? Mercury retrograde means you talk to people you haven't seen for a long time, and I haven't seen those two guys for a while. So we were very happy and talking, and then George started to sing and entertain the people, saying jokes. Man, he was absolutely phenomenal. And this is when I was called to do my little speech to my good friend George, and then I was speaking for 4 minutes or so, and Terania was taking the video, and I was thinking, wow, I'm going to share that with all my readers, with you guys. And Mercury retrograde, and she was so upset. She said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I don't know what happened. Whatever. So I didn't get upset. Luckily for me, another lady took a video from a different angle. And we tried since we came back, and since the first day, we tried to download the video from her phone to my phone, and we having a lot of problem. Terania is still working for her. This lady was the friends of the king of the son of the king of Zimbabwe, and he was invited at a VIP table. I met some really powerful guy, including, of course, beautiful Victoria, and I took a picture with her at the dinner table. A wonderful lady, absolutely wonderful lady, and so is her daughter. Meet a lot of people. So she's helping us to get the video, and hopefully I'll be able to share the little happy birthday session that I made for my good friend George. So everything went as planned. And then there is this guy, his name is Jordan Souther. He had a lecture, and on his Facebook page, he wrote, "Contact in the Desert won't release the DVD of my lecture." I was told last night that we were unable to translate my lecture to DVD because of a glitch. Now I'm hearing an event organizer won't let it out because it's too controversial. Censorship in the desert? Oh, come on, Jordan. You are like 99.9, I'd say you are like all UFO speakers that I have met all my life. You are not cosmic conscious, my friend. You know nothing about the soul of the cosmos. And you know nothing about Mercury retrograde that has induced that glitch, because the reptilians are using this. So you go like me screwed up, my friend. But I'm not there bitching at Contact of the Desert's promoters or whomever, because I'm a little bit more aware than you are. I'm a little bit more, I wouldn't say smarter, but cosmic conscious, and that makes a difference. So it's not a good idea for you to attack the very people that are there to expose the truth about UFOs and extraterrestrials agenda. And again, like other people out there that have names in the ufology, telling the rest of the people that the moon is hollow and the moon is a base for extraterrestrial is total nonsense. Okay, most of all, a lot of UFO speakers out there never saw a UFO, even if their life depends on it. Not saying all of them, okay? A lot of them never say UFOs. Forget about talking to an extraterrestrial like I do, which allow me to make the proof, to give you the proof that the draconics are very real. So if I were you, I would apologize, first of all, because if you want to be invited again, might be a good idea to apologize to Victoria. to Crystal, or to whomever have helped you to get a name and be, humble. Like I say in George Norrie, it is for his birthday. I said it's very, very important to remind humble. To be humble, because without George Norrie and without people like Victoria, you would be nowhere. You would be a nobody. You would not talk about your experiences. So, you gotta be thankful. You gotta be humble, and you cannot attack people because you do not know what the hell is going on. Okay, well, it's a good trick. Maybe censorship will help you to sell your books or your DVDs or whatever it is. I know you have to make a living. So do I, and everybody else for that matter. You know, you know me. I'm Dr. Turi. I'm real. I am loved and I am hate, pretty much like Trump, because I say what it is that is in my heart. And you should not expect nothing less than the truth. Let me tell you something else that you would not believe. I was with a bunch of friends I haven't seen forever at the bar. We were laughing, we were talking. And the next thing I know, I looked everywhere and there was Linda with no little postcard. She had all the speakers that are going to be going in that cruise with us in October, but not Dr. Turi. That tells me, of course, she's reading my stuff. She probably doesn't like very much when I tell her that the moon, Draco tells me that the moon cannot be hollow because she wouldn't have the mass needed to have the magnet, the gravitational forces to evolve around the Earth. And no, there is no ET on the moon. They got better thing to do than mess around on the moon. Linda is not cosmic conscious. It doesn't mean she's a bad lady and what she's talking about is bullshit. No, she's entertaining. Tell me, she's entertaining. She has the moon in Pisces, so she's got a great, incredible imagination, and she's been around for years. So, and then if it wasn't for George or Tom, Linda would not exist. Okay, and there's a lot of things that I cannot say right here, right now, because it's not appropriate for Linda. But believe me, you have been fed a lot of stuff over the years. And I am here now to challenge everything you have heard, because next year when I go back in the UFO in the desert and introduce Draco, or when I go to the cruise, if you join us, man, you're going to see the power of Draco as I heal you, as I read you like an open book. You're going to realize this entity is very real, okay? And what it tells me about the purpose, about the agenda of the reptilians and the Draconis makes total sense. And you will understand it and you would appreciate it. So I'm going to be on the same ship with Linda and a lot of other speakers. Okay, I'm not there to put stress or trouble with anybody. I respect everybody. Everybody will respect me. We're going to have a blast. And the idea is for you to go and listen to all those speakers and then come to listen to my lecture. And then you will have, once you have an understanding of both sides of the scale, okay, you will have your decisions to make. Okay, you will have a better awareness of what's going on with extraterrestrial. Again, is another very popular guy who talks about extraterrestrial. That's David Icke. Jesus, in his mind, only famous people, people who have power and money, the Queen of England, Obama turned into a lizard. Please do not believe what he says. Doesn't mean David did not see those ETs. He did. He saw them, and I told him back in 1995, he says, David, you're going to go and write a book in the Isle of Wight when the tail of the dragon is in your subconscious. You don't know what type of forces you're going to be talking about or you're going to be dealing with. Next thing you know, he saw those entities and he firmly believes it, but he thinks that it's only rich people who have money and control that are infected. When he is infected and is spreading all fears, all negativity, very much like another David Wilcock, okay, which is screaming his head off on top of a mountain in 2012, saying it's the end of the world, when I was doing just the opposite in another conference. Now it's time for you to start to think and stop being fed negativity, idiocy. Things don't make no sense, especially when people do not know that they're stupid. They just do not know. It's like this these three ladies that came to me. Oh, Dr. Turi, I want to have a reading with you. I said, okay, well, that's the last thing you say. This is the last thing you ask. They were looking at me perplexed. What do you mean? I said, no. Ask me first who I am, what I do. Ask me some proof. Get a mini reading, extra mini reading before you give me money. Think. Do not go and spend $20 on a psychic who probably will need more help than you do. Yeah. So I said, look, you're going to be talking to this guy here. You see those orbs? And again, the same story. Look how close he comes. And then he gets into my third eye. Then he comes out of my heart. It's me talking to you. Do you give me the permission? She said, yes. And I start to read. And you had her friend holding her because how the hell does he know? And that's what you need to realize. You cannot ask for less than the undiluted truth and the fact. Now, you have all sorts of people who have their own repertoire of wisdom. As I said, I'm not the only one who has the truth. All roads leads to Rome. But do yourself a favor. Use critical thinking. Use your marble, okay? Because it costs money. Everything is costly, and you don't need more reptilious infestation when the entire world is totally poisoned. Okay, now you heard me. Let me see. Another thing that really interesting took place. I was supposed to do a little recording on George and Tom's hotel room, but with Mercury retrograde, I thought, you know what, I'm going to tell them if I can see them, wherever they are, that we'll do it some other time. We'll take another trip somewhere in time, because it's not going to work. And then I was right, of course. So I went in the back where they were talking. They were in a big room with Giorgio Tsoukalos. They were doing the UFO panel. And then I went in the back and I was waiting, so to speak, for them. Meantime, I was called to go back, do another reading. So anyway, I missed them. And I went back, and then I saw Giorgio Tsoukalos. And I said to him, hey, have you seen Tom and George? He turned around and in full French, he says to me, hey, Louis, they just left. They are in the back. If you hurry, you're going to see them. In other words, he says, in French. And I was like, whoa. So it looks like if Giorgio knows me, of course, I'm always on coast to coast. He hears me, my different views and perception of the extraterrestrial and their agenda. So he knows me. And then it make me think now, and that's why he doesn't invite me, because he's got all these other people that probably are bashing the hell out of me, because, ufology is still a very competitive area. It's a competitive thing here. So I was kind of surprised, the beginning or the end, something important. So I thought, let me take a chance. Okay, let me see if maybe he would accept me in one of his conferences. So I'll send him a request to be. I'm waiting. So that was a big shocking experience for me to have Giorgio to talk to me in French, because I know he's from Switzerland, so the French, but he must know me very well. He must know that I'm French at least. All right, so I wish I had more time to confront him and say, hey, why don't you invite me on your TV show? But, I know the reasons. The reason is that the reptilians are always supporting the scientists for very specific reasons. And all the people that are into this phenomenon are very much scientist, investigator. They're not into the spirit at all like I am, and that's why our energy don't mix. A magnet will attract a piece of wood, so there is no way that energy can connect with us. But, time are changing big time. That's interesting. So we'll see what happened. It was a very progressive, interesting experience. I get to meet wonderful people. I get to meet the president. We became good friends. Her daughter. So. And I just cannot wait to be invited and speak next year, because, man, you're going to hear totally different thing than what you've been fed for years. And then again, it doesn't mean, I repeat myself, that I'm the only one who owns the keys of what the extraterrestrial agenda is all about. No, that's not my point. I have my views, and now you have something different. That's why I was left behind for a while. Okay, so you can be fed this information and be totally challenged when I'm going to go on stage and introduce you to the record and let him work through you, like with you. Because once I do my slideshow from A to Z and you understand everything with the help of visual, then on my workshop, hopefully I'll have a workshop, then this is where you're going to see the real power of Draco as I hypnotize all the people that comes in that workshop. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to be doing this also, of course, in October in that UFO cruise, and you should come because that energy is absolutely phenomenal with all these people invited. Linda and I, sad enough, one of the top soul has left us, and he won't be there. God bless his soul. But that's this is life. This is how it is. So as far as the news are concerned, incredible video of vet jump will give you chills. Again, that's shocking. That's the beginning and ending of important phases of life for many people, having those chills. Tracy Morgan gets in a crash right after buying a $2 million Bugatti. Oh, the reptilians will do stupid things. They don't care if you're rich or famous. And they're not necessarily attracted to you because you are the president or because you have a PhD or you have achieved a high level of popularity in this world. Oh, no, they are not interested by those guys. Believe me. Long story. Okay, you know what? I do not want to read all this news because it's kind of interesting, but I will concentrate a little bit more on the good one. The FDA warned, this airless tire could eliminate flats. Again, remember, the reptilians use technology to create nukes, to create the weaponry that kill people, while the draconians stimulate the mind of scientists to create airless tire that could eliminate flat forever. That's a good technology applied to help because I don't like flats. Okay, Beverly Hills to ban the sale of nearly all tobacco products. That's good news for the kids. That's again, the Dracan is trying to stimulate the people in power to get rid of cigarette smoking. And maybe they should put also some control over the guns that will never stop those kids killing themselves and school shooting ever. But it'll be a start, that's for sure. Another thing that technology is helping women now, Apple Watch to add menstrual cycle tracking in their watch. Again, remember, the positive, the negative, the up and down, the night, the day, God, devil, the yin and yang, the reptilians, the draconis. It's all about those two forces that have battled themselves since forever. And you, as a battery, you have two eyes, two arms, two legs, 2 feet, 2 sides of the brain. You're responding to those energy when you unplug yourself from the sources of the sun. Remember, the draconis use the forces of the sun to fill you, to the sun or Leo create love and light and help you to regenerate. So when you unplug yourself and then you let the reptilians take over with drugs, alcohol, depression, negativity, you degenerate to the point where at the end you commit suicide or you go and kill people because they have hijacked your body, your mind, and your soul. So the reptilians are fed from Pluto, which is the planet of life and death, the underworld, the devil, the demons, while the draconis are fed from the light source, number one, the sun. So it's important to realize as you are a walking battery, to apply your will, which is stronger than the stars and stronger than the reptilians, and work with the draconis psychically to be positive. Okay? All right, so it is the beginning of the end. When we finish, by let you know that this afternoon I'm going to be going through surgery. It's the end for me of a lot of suffering that started when I fell out of a machine in August last year. And it's also the beginning and the end for my dad. He emailed me, he's also going to go through surgery. So I just wanted to let you know that you need to auto-analyze yourself and see if there is a new beginning or ending that is taking place in your life. And then become more cosmic conscious, because this is why God created the stars and the heavens, to be used as signs and to be interpreted so that you can lead a safer, more productive life. All right, we come at the end of this little video here. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to do the next one. It all depends on all the stuff and that I have to do, medication, painkiller, and physical therapy. But I'll do my best to do that radio show tomorrow night. So when you see what I look like tomorrow. Talk to you later, guys. God bless you. And God willing, see you again. Bye-bye.